What is the situation?
Let's roll!
The show begins!
Afraid? Or do you not even have the courage to be afraid? With these rising flames!
The tides beckon.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah! Floaty floaty! You might feel...
With these rising flames!
My turn to take the spotlight!
Is it my turn now? Now that's
Time to
more
shine.
like it.
Let the mighty be humble.
Let's...
Is it my turn now?
Oh, brilliant!
With the fall of
The tides
darkness,
beckon.
destruction shall
Bow your
rise.
head.
Floaty floaty!
Have a taste of purgatory. Spare your energy. Running is of little use. With these rising flames,
Don't slip and fall!
is it my turn now?
Be
Closer
safe.
now. Check this out.
The tides beckon.
Spare your energy. Running is of little use. Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy opponent after all. Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy opponent after all.
Let the mighty be humble.
Kindness has been sealed and erased. My blade is all that remains.
The show begins!
Silence.
Fire it up!
You might feel a
your
little Blow bubbles!
Let the mighty be humble.
The sun and moon have set. Only ruin remains. is only the beginning.
Bow your head.
Check this out.
Thank you for permitting. No.
Gather!
There is no escape.
Stabilize! This is order. Solidify! Be sanctified. Stabilize!
Illusion shift.
Solidify! Gather! Settle down!
Now you shall perish. Shine down.
Bow your head. Solidify!
As one with wind and cloud. Into the wind.
Silence! The times beckon.
There is no escape!
Stabilize! Solidify!
One with nature.
Order guide you! Bow your head!
Torn to oblivion! Shine down! Clear skies can do nothing to hide the brilliance of lightning. Divine bolts can strike even in the absence of rain. Do you see that tree? Wait, you understand? So, add astro.
I thought I told him to spray it with water. You can't treat a glazed lily like a...
I'll go top.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh,
We didn't have anything to do in this.
well, Port Ormos is current. The exhibition, even so, an expert is still required.
Oh! And then it's.
Not this time, no.
Mr. Tainari! Sanjay! He...
Apologies, traveler, Paimon. Looks like I've got some...
Tainari's busy no matter where he is, huh? Yeah, seems like it. Hey, don't look at Paimon. Well, looks like Tainari might. Wow, look at these flowers! They smell so...
Huh?
Paimon's... fine. She's just got a little...
Rainbow roses.
It's... But...
A moment of your time, you two?
If it's not too much trouble, perhaps you could try this incense.
Incense? Oh, whoa, that was fast.
Think nothing of it. From your seeing as we're both travelers.
Oh, so you're here.
I suppose that's accurate. Allow me to introduce
Paimon is Paimon.
the traveler, right? I've heard a lot about.
What happened back there? What?
Have you ever heard of hay fever? To put it simply, well, but there's no need to worry. Pollen allergies can.
Oh, well, that's
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. I left in such a hurry, I forgot to warn you about all the... Emily? What a coincidence.
It was nothing, really. I'm more curious as to why you thought the traveler and Paimon were.
Remember the first time we met? You fainted.
the spirit borneo.
It's not really something you...
Exactly.
Whoa. Good thing.
In addition to medicine...
And that's where.
A flower expert?
Wrong.
Well, I did.
Oh, Paimon was shut.
It's a kind.
August.
In an ancient language, the word. That reminds me. Perfume mania. It all started when no one the demand was twofold. The value of these, but at the end of the day, perfume is just, luckily, in the end, only a few wealthy families were affected when the bubble popped.
What does all this have to do with that Auguste you mentioned earlier?
Well, during the craze, the most popular perfume was none other than Auguste.
10 million? Then what about now?
After the mania ended, most perfumes returned to a normal price. Auguste was the only exception. Its namesake, the flower used to create it, went extinct. As a result, no new bottles of Auguste have been made, and the value of the perfume remains exceedingly high. Indeed, the Auguste flower was not when the bubble popped. All the flower beds used for its cultivation were destroyed in a fire. The variety has never...
But didn't you...
Yes, I can...
Traveler, we should help Emily look for it.
I have to agree.
Even if I can locate... Divine, noble, one of a kind. All beautiful sentiments to be sure, but to me, they overshadow the very essence of the product. When it comes to perfume, I want people to forget the price and the prestige and focus on the beauty of the fragrance itself.
Wow, so noble.
Of course, there's also a more practical. Every so often, someone will claim to have recreated the unique scent of Auguste.
Okay, that's...
Ever since that rumor, if I can dispel, then I'll be...
That makes sense.
Oh, I would of course.
Well, you said it...
Based on the information I have so far, it's unclear if the Mr. Edgar also...
I was just...
Edgar? Who's that?
The person you've been back when he was still working in...
I should also mention...
So this guy was a famous perfumer in
It's a long story. If you're interested, we can talk more about it when we see him. He should be staying near the hotel.
Oh, look at all the flowers!
Apparently, the exhibitor paid a large sum to rent out the hotel.
Yeah, what if guests come early? They won't have anywhere to stay. Also, renting out this big of a hotel, how are they going to make that more?
It's been so long. Well, you... Oh, yeah. Okay. Hold on.
It's nice to see you again, Master.
Emily? I've heard you've become...
Oh, well...
I've taught many... And who are these two? I don't recall...
They're my new friends, the Traveler and Paimon.
Emily's friends.
And these two gentlemen?
I'm... Ooh.
Yes.
merchant brother?
You must be here to...
Well,
I'm guessing you're here for the same. I commissioned a few. That being, some of them were a one-of-a-kind.
No, I don't think so. I doubt that's the case. A ghost is even... Although,
Impossible. If a goat.
technically speaking,
well, let's table the...
No. By the time they compared to things,
Wait. Are you saying.
Just thinking.
we don't have much to go off of right now, but we can't. You all traveled so far.
Ooh, you've got the keys to the rooms? Do we get...
I managed to tidy.
Oh, and...
don't worry, Master. I can sleep on the boat tonight. Or I could even camp in the wild. It would give me the opportunity. Although, would it...
Well,
Of course.
all right then. I'll prepare.
Whoa, the smell of flowers is so strong. Didn't Edgar say he tidied up around here? There's still so many. Hyman took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers.
No, we work closely with...
Oh, guess there's just too much to store for the exhibition then.
Oh, this room seems to be a connected suite. And my brother will... Blaze, while you're out, why don't you bring our luggage over as well?
Yes, of course.
All right, then. Where can we find you?
It's still at the port. In addition to some daily necessities, there's also a case of amber wine that I brought back. Could I trouble you? Is that so? Mr. Ood, Mr.
Hey! What are you doing?
That's Master's voice. Ha!
Edgar!
Master!
Hey, Edgar! Hey, Edgar? Edgar!
No, don't shake him. He's injured. Just leave him to me. You two can... Oh, thank you.
That strange smell around here. Is it coming from this bottle? Oh, really? You think so? Do you think whoever did this was hiding in the flowers before?
I checked. Oh, but that's impossible. Oh, the culprit, I mean. It's not like the culprit.
Thing we can do now is...
So, how's he doing?
When I administered emergency treatment, I discovered a residue in his nose and mouth. He's still unconscious, and inducing vomiting could obstruct his airways. We'll have to look into other clues for now. Ah, yes. The scent is the same, but the chemical composition... But first, I do believe there are two people who could shed... Mr. Sylvain, Mr. Lucien.
Wait, you know...
Hey! Were you talking to us, mademoiselle?
Before arriving in Sumeru, I asked a friend from the Special Patrol to look into the creators of Auguste. There were 4 people, a researcher, the 2 brothers. In the end,
And what is that?
every time you're...
Ah, Miss Emily, out of respect for you have a bright future ahead of you.
You claim to be regular...
What?
Amber wine is a perfume unless...
Emily, you little.
Don't misunderstand, Mr. Sylvain. I don't bring this up to... But Master's life is in danger if Master's attacked, so I'd like to trouble...
Fine.
Sylvain!
Lucian, if this will help us find Kyria, then... You were right, Miss Emily. There were 4 of us at the... Sometime...
Sounds like he's still upset about that. Wait, then how did Edgar end up in Sumeru?
Master was convicted as an accomplice, so he only had to serve a few years. He decided to move to Sumeru so that he could... Still, that's how I met him. My parents had to relocate to Sumeru, but we can talk about that some other time. I want to hear more about this researcher.
But...
But this...
It didn't matter at that point.
What?
Sounds like you did an investigation of your own. Why even...
The name wasn't mentioned.
Kyria was... He was just a clueless... Vijava kept him after all.
So,
Vija, if she left something...
And judging by the liquid in that bottle, the Auguste flower wasn't the only thing he reproduced. He managed to replicate the...
So the liquid Edgar was forced to ingest really was...
Poison! No. If Auguste could be considered a... He probably thought we had something to do with his sister's death. But to tell you the truth, I have no idea. We're not looking for Kyria because we haven't... We only went to prison for a bit of fraud. As long as we...
so that's why you never...
Yes, exactly.
Anyway...
Well, at least we're...
Well, glad to hear. Lucian, let's head back to the room and...
Yes.
You think so too. But based on Sylvain's tone of voice just now...
The way you exposed them like that? Oh, right.
Oh yes, that's
So you're,
close. In fact, with just a small alteration... Basically, I've learned a lot in my line of work, and I've witnessed a lot of death. But this time, we may still save the patient. Actually, Traveler, could I trouble you to... I'll stay here and continue...
Whoa, why the rush?
What? Ed? He's the most
Sheriff, have you received any reports of a suspicious...
No. I'll start gathering my forces.
What about you, Tainari?
I'm sure the sheriff can handle things. Then she was far too modest. Not to mention as for me,
Oh, that's right.
from Emily's letter, certain. I didn't have time to look into it earlier, but now it seems like Vijava's past could be critical to getting to the bottom of what happened to Mr. Edgar. I have friends in Sumeru City that can help me investigate. I'll leave you and Emily to watch over things here in Port Ormos.
What? But things weren't looking good with Emily's master yesterday. We should check on things at the hotel first. Emily!
No longer in critical condition, thankfully. He's still my chemical analysis of a goose also in. I was able to identify the components that give the substance its
Elemental energy?
hard to say. It was such a minute amount, proportionally speaking, like mixing a single drop of perfume into the ocean. I had to use one of the newest tests developed in recent years to even detect the traces present in the sample. Unless you were abnormally sensitive to, as for whether Master's condition was
Oh, that reminds Paimon. Oh, Paimon thought he might. Excuse me? Is Miss Emily here? Oh, perfect! Familiar faces!
Kale. Ah, of course. Tainari's apprentice. And please, no need for...
Okay. Nice to meet you. Did Tainari send you here? Yep. Anyway, based on what they've reviewed, Master considered that possibility as well. But the name was... How is that possible?
It's starting to...
Hey! Lucian!
It's Sylvain! Wait, you don't think Kirio came back, do you?
That seems impossible. If someone came in or out of the hotel... It's locked?
There's no one here.
Lucian! 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 Come on! Emily! Emily!
I'm sorry, Mr. Sylvain.
No, that's not... That's...
Traveler, Kale, Mr. Sylvain has gone. He needs some space to...
Of course.
Thank you both. Mr. Sylvain? We'll take things from here. Just focus on getting some rest. Here, this way.
Poor guy. He's like a shell. He may have made some bad decisions.
Good person or bad. The death of a loved one is all the moments he shared with his...
If Kirio...
Lucian can no longer speak. Traveler, I've got...
Who would have thought? Miss Emily, I heard your...
Oh, I'm not... I did take a...
Then, would you...
Of course, I appreciate your...
We'll help too. And the windows are... Well...
So, did you find anything?
Paimon can show you. Here, it'd be something like this.
But, entering through the room...
No, his reaction to the...
Then, what...
I agree.
Mr. Sylvain,
After Kyria attacked Edgar, we returned to our rooms and decided to lock all the doors. The only door we kept on, but I didn't hear any sort of commotion last night. Not a single noise. I woke up.
So, no movement from the room next door. No signs of a
I did notice a few things about the body. Lucien's pupils were dilated. There weren't any traces of liquid in his mouth or nose, so...
A goose? No, that's not possible. Inhaling a goose won't kill me. No. Emily, you ran your test.
No, I didn't find any...
That may be true for most people.
Master!
Edgar?
Sylvain, no matter how hard you made...
Edgar!
Even if we could keep it a secret for... No, he wouldn't. That's... Yelena wasn't a scholar from Sumeru.
Fatous?
The Fatui.
Ah, so you've already detected...
Oh,
The August flower was
The Fatui, delusions.
born of a delusion.
that's enough, Edgar. At first, Yelena wanted to... I didn't have any...
So you decided poisoning people?
Listen, it's not like it was...
It may be true there are no records, but even if no one was acutely poisoned, that explains why you were the Fatui.
A goose.
So there's bad...
What about Yelena?
I'll admit, we thought about it at one point. We took care, but before we could even put...
But if her goal was to destroy evidence, yeah, she could...
I thought about it, everything she... One of the reasons after arriving...
So she could...
If her true idea... The August flower, so...
So the wealth you earned...
Most like. That's why Lucy...
Why?
I don't think he knew his sister, Yelena.
Then all we'll need to do is tell Kirio... I'm not so sure. Even if he knew the truth, it's hard to put...
Very true.
Edgar!
Think about it. If we hadn't
We were just trying to earn... Lucien's...
3 people from... Well, we can only wait until the academia sends...
The hotel could, although with...
Mr. Edgar, are you saying...
If Sylvain, I'd just like to ask for Sylvain. Would you be willing to grant that?
Well, the man we grew to know...
You have my thanks, Sheriff.
Happened tonight?
Yeah! All we know is that he uses a goose to poison people. But we still have no idea if he targets...
That may be true. If we...
Master, no.
So if Kyria learned, in other words, you...
Capture?
Afraid? I'm spending the rest of my life...
I'll admit, it could work. Then I'll station some of my men around the hotel. If we have...
I still have some reservations.
I'll also...
Although, if Kyria noticed...
You mean if he doesn't see a way to get his hands on...
If that were to happen...
That's why everyone else needs to keep to the shadows.
You're still recovering. You need to rest.
This old pack of bones.
All right, we can fix...
Have you heard? Mr. Edgar's been detained. He's being taken away tomorrow.
What? He's the...
He taught my child how to make perfume. How could this happen?
He hasn't been convicted yet.
Oh, everyone on the street is talking about the rumors. No matter where Kiri is hiding, he must have heard them by now. Let's head back to the hotel and take a break. wants to talk to you and the Traveler about our plans for the Night Watch.
Thank you, Kale. But first, here, I prepared a kind of herbal tea that helps calm the spirit. What?
Oh, that's very...
Oh, it's not good to be so tense. You seem very preoccupied with Kyria's revenge.
Oh, Hey, Emily, Kale. Oh, are we... No, not at all. This will be easier to talk through with you here anyway. I've just been thinking there was just a sync when I accompanied Sylvain to his room. Maybe Kyria did that on purpose. Maybe he wanted Sylvain, so did he it?
Based on what we've...
Losing his sister all those years, whenever I get to thinking like, I'm sorry.
There's nothing wrong in all my years. Some of them surround your... So while you do Sylvain and answering those questions, I've witnessed, but generally speaking...
Once you're consumed by...
You're right, but that all... I understand...
Huh.
Emily, Traveler. Huh? Edgar.
Oh, it's you two. Didn't you head back to your room to rest, Edgar? Is it really okay for you?
Besides, I don't have much time left in Sumeru.
We could do that for you, Master.
No need. I would imagine Sheriff Shah.
The Night Watch.
That's right. I've stationed some of my men around the surrounding area, but... Exactly. After some discussion, we concluded that... And Emily's expertise is sure to come in...
Sounds perfectly...
Huh. Not a peep. Has Kyria given up on his revenge? Still nothing unusual. Paimon took a peek into the room next door and Sylvain's already sleeping.
Perhaps Kyria's... No, that can't be right. If all... There must be something we're...
Maybe we just need to calm down a little. How about some tea? You're right. Maybe we can look for a different distraction then, like... Oh, there's a glaze lily here. Paimon didn't notice it earlier.
Flowers... Oh no! Sylvain's room! Quick!
Wait, what?
Hey, did you hear?
It was the older of the merchant brothers.
Yeah, I think his name was Sylvain.
First it was Mr. Edgar, then that merchant named...
Listen up, everyone. This is an act of crime.
It's been 3 days and they haven't even caught a glitch.
Do you think it could be the work of an... I mean, how do you get a...
Keep it moving, everyone. Nope.
I suppose
You don't know that.
you were the...
Even if I wasn't there,
Is that so? I have... But Kyria, it really makes you...
if you really want an answer, I suppose you'll have to ask Kyria himself once we've...
Well, Emily, there's something else. But so many flowers were transported here. Whether Kyria... I know it's...
Of course.
Really, now
Sheriff Sham still...
Go ahead. Best not to keep him waiting. Eek.
I'm sorry, Master.
Another all-nighter. Emily still isn't back. Yeah, that's true.
Traveler, I had my men start spreading the information you requested. The crowd is gone. After listening to Emily's... To be honest, I'm still...
The key clue was right in front of us. Let's go. We'll show you where the culprit hid a goop. This is it!
The glazed lily, huh? I think I've heard of it before.
Well, did you know it only blooms at night?
Emily, you're back!
Exactly.
A flower that only blooms in...
Exactly. Although the Nilo Palalote, that's why Kyria chose the glaze.
If poured into the... If applied... There's a... If you stick the...
That's right. He applied a dye. That way, however,
And Kyria could...
by the next morning, the sample.
Wait a second. You're telling... And how did Edgar even...
That's because a goose is just.
That can't be right.
I wouldn't use the. You can think of it this.
The incense I smelled in Sumeru, scholars use spirit borneal. All kinds. In Fontaine. In Fontaine. All kinds.
All chemically produced essential oils.
That stuff gave us a lot of trouble when we first came to... Ah, yes.
In Sumeru, it's not.
Flowers are pretty...
Actually, it's not a coincidence at all.
No wonder he probably used them, but in the end...
There's a saying among, but up until this point, but because he's been disguised as someone else, this.
The more is spent, it all points to one. Kyria and...
But... Kyria was only in his teens. Edgar's lived here.
Bad news, Sheriff. Mr. Edgar was attacked.
What?
A dark shadow-like figure just ran, but before we could even react, do you think Kyria can...
I need you to think very...
It would seem Master decided to tap into an...
What? But that's so deep.
But... What?
No. If his aim was to target every...
If he lives so
then...
The shadow-like figure ran in the direction of the elevator, and my...
We should hurry before they're forced to confront each other.
Where in the world did he go? Let's ask the merchants nearby.
It's all right. Please, calm down and take a deep breath.
How could... This is terrifying.
No! Don't come any closer!
It's all right. I can detect a faint whiff of the scent from it. It's this way. Please, follow me. The scent is getting stronger. This must...
Let's finish this, swiftly.
Who ate a poisonous mushroom?
Oh! Are you all right? Were you attacked?
No, I'm all right.
Let me take a look.
air definitely feels heavy. It smells nice, but for some reason, this feeling.
Everything looks all right. It was probably just the stress of.
I can't rest. Mr. Edgar is still in there. He's a good man.
Oz, you need to calm down and listen to me.
But how is that possible? Mr. Edgar is
That's precisely why he had to resort to. Kyria used a delusion to bring.
No.
And what if the I've yet to confirm it, but I suspect Kyria killed the real while Edgar was incarcerated. The new Edgar then decided to relocate to Sumeru, seemingly out of an innocuous desire. And Sumeru, as the years went by, he removed his disguise a little.
That explains why Sylvain said he aged himself.
I need to find Mr. Edgar. He's not that kind of person.
What you really need...
No,
Wait! This environment is likely being influenced by the delusion. Any discomfort, I know how to relieve it. I'm sure Kyria.
Kale's right. The Traveler and I will take things from here. This leads me to believe those blessed with a vision... Actually, no. I hate to
Thanks. Hear that?
Traveler, I'm up for someone who's old.
Don't worry. This isn't the end. We're not going to let... Monsters. Perhaps they were attracted here by the increased level of elemental energy.
The wind knows me. One with the forest.
I've never seen these scenes before. They must also have been created with the power of a delusion. It seems to be avoiding us, and there's no other way forward. Perhaps we could try luring it to the edge of the cliff. Neutralize!
Whoa, look at all the Auguste flowers! There are so many of them. I can't believe...
I fear that statement is truer than you know, Paimon. Using...
But why would he only need it?
Perhaps hatred wasn't the only... Not long ago, he told me he didn't want... But Kyria betrayed Snezhnaya, abandoned Fontaine, and lived his entire... For someone with nowhere to call home. Perhaps...
I will have order.
Stabilize.
Reconstitute! A little ambiance.
Time for retribution.
A plant that destroys seeds. Quite the ecological marvel. Let's head back to the place where the seeds first appeared. The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end. The scent of flowers is getting stronger.
Did they catch up that... No. My strength is just waning. But it doesn't matter. This...
This is a garden of Auguste flowers. But it's not mine. It's the one that was set on fire all those years. Yelena? Yelena! You tried to hide it from me, but the reason why you continued to use the delusion, the reason why you set your garden on fire, I shouldn't have listened to you that day. I shouldn't have taken the Mora and ran. But by the time I realized something wasn't right, there was nothing left. I know I'm almost 20 years too late. I should have died with you that day. Yelena? Yelena! No! Don't leave me! Please, Yelena!
I'm alive. No.
That was an illusion, likely brought about by the
No. The amount of Auguste, a fake.
We started making the preparations last night to create a perfect accord. The accord is the basis of perfume making,
the product in its most primitive form. Ambergris mixed with cedar wood, rounded out with a base note of agar wood.
This is the scent of leather?
Exactly. We're unable to extract essential oils from leather, but by combining other raw materials, we can recreate its essence. That is the purpose of an accord.
Does that mean you can recreate any scent in the whole world?
I'm afraid not. Certain fragrances in this world are simply one of a kind. That quality is what draws people in and fuels their obsessions.
If I wear a goose to the ball, I'll also be one of a kind. Our competitor already got their hands on it.
It doesn't matter how much it costs. I have to buy something better.
This fragrance will be one of a kind, no more. Myths can be deconstructed, miracles can be recreated. All it takes is skill, experience, limitless exploration, and a little patience. The only thing left is determining where the real Auguste is hidden. Pretending to be attacked means he's not free to move around. Auguste must be hidden within reach.
Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers.
The curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar, capable of retaining heat and moisture.
Perfumes are as beautiful as flowers, and equally as delicate. When stored, you must take care to control the temperature and keep them away from direct sunlight. Did you get all that, Emily?
I got it.
Did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
Sylvain is dead. Is that right?
Yes, Master.
So, you switched the bottles of Auguste?
Convincing you that your revenge had been completed was the...
Impossible. If Auguste...
It was a combination of, but recently...
Rainbow roses...
Auguste was perfumery. The mythos surrounding Auguste may have been untouchable almost 20...
The past.
You've been working as a perfumer for all these years. You should have always known that it is possible to make an accord, even if only in theory. But the meaning you assigned to Auguste became so inflated. You allowed yourself. You believed in its divinity and grandeur. You believed it was entirely one of a kind. Your obsession...
We just didn't expect it to happen so fast.
Well, so... Sylvain isn't. Since you've been preparing your accord since last night, that means the news of Sylvain's death. The crowd gathered out...
Yes. If we hadn't, you might have resorted to the delusion...
Who knows? Maybe I would have just offed myself then and there.
I know if you had things your way, you would carry the truth of Edgar's demise and the secrets of this garden to the grave, but I'm sorry... Sylvain, only all the crimes he concealed back then will be exposed in a court of law for everyone to see.
Is that so? Well, I suppose I'll be spending the rest of my days in a prison.
Whoa, he accepted that kind of fast.
I don't feel the need to justify my actions, nor do I intend to. I did what I set out to do. But there's no going back, is there?
Careful, everyone.
Stick close.
Looks like
Of course, Master.
the combination.
The scent of Auguste. So, as I was analyzing the sample yesterday, I got to thinking, what if the scent of the Auguste flower was already imbued with that...
You're saying you...
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, Cecilias, the perfumers of the... But if you cultivate a new flower species that intrinsically carries the unique features of those three scents...
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, Yelena.
Request.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Did you know? Miss Emily's releasing a new perfume! Right, I heard about that. I think it's...
Seems like everyone in Fontaine is talking about the new perfume you're releasing.
I was hoping to release it without such a fuss, but I just hope it won't become the source. I did. Also...
Of course! A good scent...
Oh, besides, when it comes to perfume...
Right! Do those flowers have some...
If I had to guess, I'd say it...
A language of flowers? Oh.
What each flower is said to... After returning to Fontaine, I did some research. Perhaps that's the legacy Yelena...
You think Kyria...
I paid him a visit. Who knows? Maybe she did... Yelena is gone. Even if that... Avenging her death... Kyria cultivated his revenge like a... In any case, thank you for saving my love and hatred when someone dies. But even if it's only a conjecture, the meaning we give... And yet, at the very...
Malam juga, Mang. Halo.
Ad Astra Abyssal. Thank you for complete.
The threads of your fate lie in my hands. The Spina's on the case.
Iya, Mang. Genshin Impact ini, Mang.
Solidify!
Clouds high. The birds call.
Oz, reveal.
This is order.
Feeling lucky? A proper send-off from the Spina with love. Haha!
I will have order. Stabilize.
Midnight Phantasmagoria! By royal decree!
As one with wind and cloud. Into the wind.
Order guide you.
Attack! That's the way. This one's got your name on it. Umbrella warfare, I guess.
Clouds high. The birds call. The wind knows me.
I will have order. Solidify.
Shadow Raven, let night fall.
No rest for...
Umbrella warfare, I guess. A proper send-off from the Spina with love. Feeling lucky? Haha! Yeah! This one's got your name on it.
Step aside. Ito's back in town.
Stabilize!
Oh, it's revealed!
As one with wind and cloud! Into the wind! Attaboy! It's showtime! Bam!
Order guide you.
Clouds high, the birds call, the wind knows me. Attaboy! Only coming through!
By royal decree!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night, one with nature.
This is order.
It's showtime!